Alright. So let's see what we got. Just waiting for it to start. That's all. Just waiting for it to start.
Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Nintendo Treehouse Live for Splatoon 3. I am Demetrius and I'm here joined by Taryn and our own Treehouse Squid Research Labber.
Labber?
Dutch.
Dr. Dutch.
Hey.
I won't not say it. I'm sorry.
Look at him, he's even like, hey. All right, so what do we have for you today? Well, we got some really cool stuff. We wanted to show you today was a little bit of what Splatoon 3 is about, including the actual single-player story. So we're going to start off with a single-player deep dive and then kind of show you come back and show you some new weapons, stages, and strategies. For those who have never actually heard of Splatoon 3 before, it's a team-based action game, well, multiplayer game, with also single-player story mode, which you're seeing today. So what you're seeing right in front of you, actually, is the world of Alterna.
Ooh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to ooh, weren't we? In unison. Ooh.
Dutch. Sorry, we're silly. We're having a good time here. All right, so I am in control of Agent 3, and I have a weapon that can use ink. So for those who have never seen Splatoon before, for Splatoon 3 and other games in the series, you can actually swim in your own ink and refill and do many other great things with it. It's really, really great. So we call this right here swim form, and this is kit form. And you can use the kit form to ink many different things, which is going to come in very, very handy, what we'll show you soon. One other thing to note is you really don't need experience to play single player. So if you're worried about, hey, this is Splatoon 3, do I have to worry about, playing the other two games? You don't have to. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. This game has a great story, though, and it'll have the same kind of feel between those who have played Splatoon 2 before, or even the Octo expansion, which was the NSO expansion pack you can get right now. All right, so one thing I want to point out for this story is you see right here, this is Fuzzy Ooze. You actually want to be careful.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing?
You did that on purpose, right?
I did it on purpose.
I was like, whoa.
So Fuzzy Ooze, bad.
Something's going on here.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
So there's a big mystery going on with the Fuzzy Ooze. We want to kind of like, see what's going on with Alterna and how is this happening? We really want to, really find out. Okay, so with that in mind, there are some other additional things we'll kind of go over as we play through these stages, such as like, the little hidden secrets, this little guy here called Small Fry, and some other little things. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pass this controller over to Taryn.
To me.
Taryn.
Thank you.
And we're going to actually go to a stage called Twirling, Swirling, and Whirling. And just allow us to get that set up. One moment there. Here we go.
And to be clear, you're playing as Agent 3, but this is not the Agent 3 you know. This is a new Agent 3, so don't worry. The other one is still around. But this is a new one. Just
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
No, there's no spoilers. I'm just
No
teasing.
spoilers.
Okay, so what you'll see right here is Taryn actually has 3 different choices. We're going to have her start with the hero gear to begin with.
Yeah, so you have recommendations too. You can see it says try this. So again, we're going to do this mostly because I love Small Fry and I want to show you Small Fry very badly. And you can see other information on the screen, like on the top right, it shows you how many tries you have. So I have just 3. That should be fine. I'm new to Splatoon, but I should be able to handle it. I've got Small Fry.
You got this, Taryn.
Speaking of which, too, like I said before, this is a great entry point as well, story mode in particular. So this is perfect for you.
Yeah. So if I didn't want to jump into multiplayer right away, I can do story mode first, and it's a great place to practice, or just play with small fry. I also like that. So I'm showing off here what you can do with it. You can throw it. Don't feel bad. It can handle itself. You can see. And then you can call it back with the this way, which is a function that you have in multiplayer as well, right, Dutch?
Yeah.
All right, so you got 3 attempts on the board. And here you want to kind of, like it says, to navigate to the rotating area. Oh, look at that perfect throw.
Nice.
You
Get 'em.
sound so surprised, and I'm a little offended.
Not at all.
Okay, but
I'm
look at this trick.
encouraging.
Look at this. Look. Wait.
Exposed.
Wait. Hey, that was a trick that I learned just for you guys.
I didn't even know what that's actually really cool.
That's the pacifist approach right there.
Well, yeah, just allow themselves to destroy themselves. So you saw that I threw small fry in the beginning. I'm going to throw it again, but for a different purpose this time, because this is an armored enemy, and I'm scared of it, and it can definitely splat me. So I'm using small fry to distract it, and then I turn around and splat it from behind, also like a rat. I just let stuff fall off the edges, get splatted and distracted. That's how I play, I guess.
One thing you'll note too is that Taryn is swimming in her own ink. If there's enemy ink, which is purple, it's not too good for you.
Oh
no!
my gosh. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I have
I know
3
that.
tries.
You're good. You're good.
I'm playing with motion controls right now. You can turn that off or just change the sensitivity. But there is an advantage to using them, so by all means, play however you prefer to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once I got the hang of motion controls, I can't go back. I love them.
Can't go back.
Agreed. Same for me. It took a little bit, but I really like them.
So you see that small fry actually does damage as well, so you can use it to distract, and then like with the first enemy, you just throw it right in their face, and they will take care, well, it will take care of business.
That person's
Okay.
right up there. Has got
I got
your
strats. I got strats for you guys today.
Are you going to shoot from the...
I have learned that you can shoot from here and take out some of these little extras.
Oh, look at you go. That is awesome.
Okay, well, I was hoping to get a sniper, but I got a little too greedy. So
that's
now we're going to have to deal with both snipers. So what I
At least
picked
took
up
one
was a
out.
Trizuka. You get canned specials. You'll learn a little bit more about specials in the next segment. But you get them that way in story mode, and usually they're like perfectly situated for whatever you have to do. So exactly that. Like if you're looking at octo snipers in the face and they're just ready to splat you, that Trizuka was perfect for countering it.
And it's actually
and I
the
didn't
same
use it that
specials
well.
that you'd find in the multiplayer mode as well. So it's good, a good chance to kind of get familiar with them and maybe practice a little bit.
Yes.
Get him.
I heard the word practice and I nod and agree. Practicing is good. I could use more of it, but it's super fun. Like, even if you get splatted or fall off spontaneously for literally no apparent reason, it's still a good time. And I love that about Splatoon. It just keeps this like tone of like chaos and fun and like doing it your own way. And like I'm all about that. Even if I fall off the edge. Okay, so I'm at the end. I've also been known to fall off. No!
I'm sorry. I'm not,
I think it's because
really
I
should be
said
like-
it.
You manifested it.
I manifested it. I'm not going to jump for that now, I'm afraid.
One more time. One more time. You got this.
Take our time.
One thing that's good too is that the items up there respawn in.
Yes.
What you're going to be picking up is some armor, which helps.
Oh, yes. Thank you for mentioning that, Demetrius. Yeah, you pick up armor.
Yeah, there you go.
Ouch.
Good example of the armor.
Thank you. Yeah. If I didn't have that armor, I'd probably be in trouble. Please no. Please no.
You got
All
this.
right.
You got this. Just stay there for a second. Let yourself recharge. You got it.
Yeah, so there's like a whole
There you go.
stealth mode. Like, and you do this in multiplayer too. If you move super fast, people can see you under the ink. And if you move slower, they can't see you. So just like in story mode, if you get good at being sneaky, your chances of success increase significantly.
That was
I'm not
very
very good
sneaky,
at
I must
sneaky.
say.
That was great.
Okay, guys. 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 Yeah. Oh, I've got another ready. Ready?
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Mission complete.
And we're done with that mission. We did it.
Woo.
It only took 2 unnecessary
First time
falls.
clear bonus, 3 minutes, 13 seconds. That looked great.
Oh, that's right. And there's a timing mechanic. I'll hand this back to you,
Thank you.
Demetrius. So there's a bunch of replayability with these missions. You can choose different weapons like we showed you earlier. So you can challenge yourself with maybe weapons that aren't so well suited. And then you can also time yourself. So I'm sure my time for that one was probably not amazing. So I could go back in and like play it over and over again and try to get a better time and just get better. It's always
Lots of great replayability
get
for
better.
sure. Okay, my turn.
All right, Demetrius,
All
you
right,
have to
so now-
fall at least twice. You're gonna make me
I
look
hope
bad.
not. This stage is a little. Ooh.
We should also say that a lot of the lore actually plays out through these single-player
does.
missions. You
Yes.
find, maybe hidden objects here or there that give you kind of clues into the world that we're in and the events.
Yeah, the Sunken Sea Scrolls, you can find them out while you're playing outside of the stages, and they provide a lot of background on lore. The lore is really cool, and this whole series has really cool lore. All right, so I am doing Stamp 'em Out. I am going to be using one of the new weapons, the Splatana Stamper with Curling Bomb.
See it, Demetrius.
The Splatana Stamper or Splatana class of weapons are brand new. They have like a swipe when I just use the attack button, and if you hold down the button, you can charge up as a charge slash. Now, the Stamper itself, outside of having that really cool sound, it's more the heavier style of Splatana class. So you're gonna see like the amount of ink I'm flinging from like the ink blade is gonna be a bit more. So really great. One thing to note is you kind of have like long range, right? And then you have the short range. If I'm up close and I hit someone with this, it's gonna be pretty much a guaranteed splat.
I've never noticed it, but did you see Small Fry was in the corner just like looking at you with these big eyes? Like, why aren't you taking me with you?
Oh, I missed that. Aww.
It's just a little sad. It's all right.
Also note
There you
that
go.
when I'm picking up our power eggs, and these can be used to unlock certain things.
Okay, you'll need them to progress in the story mode.
Oh, see, this is a perfect example. This guy has a shield, which is going to be hard, but if I charge it up,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
How satisfying was that on a scale of 1 to 10?
great. 10. 10 out of 10. Oh, gotcha.
That one was surprised. You didn't give that one a fair chance to fight back, I don't think.
I love how I can just use this to like hit 2 people at once. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what people are going to do with this one in multiplayer because it's kind of a combination. You have that longer range, a little bit weaker one, and then you have the kind of one-hit splat charge one that you can do from short range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think people are going to have a lot of fun. I mean, all weapons have different styles and stuff, but this one for me, I really like the
You gonna play the Splatanas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh no, the squeegee!
Oh, no.
Yeah, I bet
You can't be mad at it though. Look, it's so cute.
I was trying to be a little fancy there. I'm just going to go across this time. Come on. There we go.
Well done. All right, remember you have to fall off at least twice.
No, I don't want to.
That's the deal. There it is.
This next part right here is a little tough because there's this guy on top, and I have to kind of knock all these down without him getting to me.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Oh, you just
I think I got the guy behind him
Oh.
too.
feel like you've already mastered the Splatana, and we should all be
No, you're
very
looking
afraid.
deadly this one.
This is a really fun weapon. So I gotta be careful with this guy. There we go. Okay.
And now your favorite part.
Oh, is this it?
This is the part. For those
The
who are
test.
wondering why they're teasing me, it's because this part
Oh my
is
gosh.
quite the battle. Kind of let them come
Oh
to
my
me. Where are
gosh.
you? Where are you?
Yes. Well, there's like 3 of them, right?
Ooh, they're right there.
So these are octolings. They're a different type of enemy that function like a little bit more like a player might, you could say. And so, of course, they're a little bit more difficult, but not difficult for Demetrius. All right.
I hope the camera was. I mean, I had such gamer face right there. I was
You
like,
didn't. Well, you were supposed to get splatted at least. It's just gonna be me.
not gonna happen. No, I made it. Oh, 239. I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That was pretty good. Whew. All right.
You are not stressed. Don't even give
You're
me.
up,
You're too
Dutch.
good at that.
All right.
Yeah, let me pass this over to Dutch.
You saved the hardest one for Dutch. He's in the lab coat,
All right.
so he's obligated.
This is the fun part. So the next one that we have coming up is called One Way Ride Through Target Town. And we're going to have Dutch use the tri-stringer. It's going to
Yeah, let's do it.
fun.
Yeah, he has other options, which you'll see, and those are a little bit easier. But no, we don't let Dutch do the easy ones.
Yeah, I'm both excited and nervous to try this one out. This is a brand new weapon class in Splatoon 3, and let's just take a look at it here. So you can see it's kind of like a bow, basically. And so the way it works is if I tap the attack button, then you can see it shoots 3 little projectiles like that. If I hold it down and charge it up, you can see they stick to whatever surface they hit, and you get kind of a secondary little explosion that'll do a little bit of damage. And then if I charge it up even more, then you get kind of a tight grouping that goes a little bit farther, and you still get that that second little pop.
It's hard to survive if you get hit with all 3 right directly.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It's really good.
There's a vertical shot too, is there not?
Yeah,
Sort of
exactly.
like
So
your
one
roller.
More, yeah, it's kind of like a roller where, for those of you who've played Splatoon games before, so if I jump and shoot, then I get a vertical shot. So if I charge that up as well, you can see the shots line up vertically.
This feels like a skilled player's weapon.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
thinking
intimidated.
it's kind of like it's got good range, it's got good coverage, it's got good damage. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people do with this one as well.
Yeah, this is another really fun weapon to use for sure.
All right, let's see it, Dutch.
Can
No
you tell
more,
I'm
no more
putting this off a little
delays.
bit? All right.
One thing to note as Dutch goes through too, for people watching at home, you actually don't have to finish all the stages to get through story mode, but there are a lot of fun things to play.
Yeah, this one's challenging, but that's a good thing. And you don't have to do it if you don't.
Yeah, this is a really fun, challenging one.
All right, so I just broke those targets, and that activated the ride rail down here. And the thing about the ride rail is it's, like the title says, it's a one-way ticket. So I'm going to be riding this thing. There's no turning back. And if I don't break all the targets on a given section, then I'm going to run out of track.
No
I'm going to
pressure.
fall in. So let's do it.
At least 2 falls, remember.
Well, he's got a lot of opportunity here, but we're giving Dutch 3 chances.
What do
Yeah,
you
get
That's
3
5 up there.
tries.
Nah,
So
but we're
literally
giving
2
you
falls.
3. You're wearing that coat for a reason, Dutch.
I have faith in Dr. Dutch.
One thing to note too, and I apologize if Dutch didn't put this out, but as you turn into swim form, you do actually recharge your ink. Just a note. This music's so good.
It is good. Well, and the visuals are so nice. Like, this stage in particular is so chaotic that, like, you don't really get a chance to look. Oh, no, you got it! Oh, my God! Oh, it's so good, though.
Got the
I'm
hard part.
sorry.
This is
Oh.
It's as I was talking. I'm sorry. I
He
distracted
had it
you.
too. That was an amazing shot.
It was.
All right.
But the visuals are so nice. Like, if you get a chance to look up, it's like an inverted
I
cityscape.
would, but I'm busy right
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm not asking you to.
Continue with your research. All right.
All right, here's a good spot. Look up at that.
Yeah, that looks.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. It's okay, Dutch.
That explosion, we're all like, you can hear us getting quiet because there's nervous.
Stress is
Okay.
real.
All right, he's got this.
All right, there I'm going to use that kind of secondary
There you go.
explosion.
There we go.
Nice.
Get those.
You have to be
Make life a
careful
little
jumping
easier.
between the rails too.
Yeah.
Yes, we've learned that.
All right,
Get-
perfect.
There we go.
One thing you're seeing Dutch do right now is he's actually aiming for those power eggs because it's kind of a good hint or a tip of where you want to shoot with this weapon. Like right in the middle.
Makes us got that explosive
Yeah.
effect.
Things are
Oh
looking
my
good right
gosh,
now.
Dutch.
You got this. This
got the
next
big
upcoming
tower
part, yeah, this upcoming part right here is pretty difficult. As you can see, there's a lot. So Dutch is going to want to try to slow it down and
I'm just going
take out as
to try shots.
many.
Oh,
he got it. He got it.
did
He got
it. Oh my gosh, she's gonna do it.
Well
no pressure.
done,
No
Dutch.
pressure. Everything is fine.
Okay, don't forget to go through. There you go.
Yeah, I've definitely hit those grates before. I like landed a perfect shot and then just get bopped off because of a grate. It doesn't feel
This
good.
one's a little tricky too because you can see it on different sides. You have to charge pretty fast.
Oh my
Well done,
gosh.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to do it in 2 tries, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
Oh!
Oh, you got
No!
Did you get it?
I didn't get it.
No! Okay, but
All
that
right,
was
all
2
right.
falls, so now
This is
you
the
can
one.
get it, Dutch.
All right.
You got
I
this.
have clearance.
You have my permission. No, this
Last
is
try.
this.
But you
this
got
is
this. You were
honestly
in the
really
groove there. You
challenging.
got it.
I've seen Dutch do this several times successfully, so
Yeah, he's got it.
even if he doesn't do it this time, know that he can, and it's
This is the one
extremely
that counts.
impressive.
This is the one.
This is the one.
It's fun though. Now I want to be like, all right, okay, is it my turn? Let me try.
Dude, I know. I haven't been able to beat it yet. Did
It's
you
a
beat
fun
it with
job.
a tri-stringer yet?
I have.
You
took,
did
It
it?
took some times though, but it was fun though trying it out. All right, you got it. Cool. Okay, so now we got these again. All right. I think it's those two right there make me the most nervous.
I
Yeah.
mess up on those too.
Yeah, because you kind of have to lead your shot, right? You have to kind of think in advance, all right, I'm going to shoot, and then they'll explode, and then I'll be okay.
I love these stages though for getting a feel for. Oh.
You got it.
What is it?
What? No!
Just jump off. Let's have you try one more time. Just jump off one more time. Like very start. Can you jump off? There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more. Let's try
You're
one more
giving him
time.
a 4th?
I am.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a good friend like that. I got your back, Dutch.
How about if he fails this 4th one?
Well, then we have to move.
Then the people are gonna have to see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The
You got
tension
this.
is palpable.
You got this.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
let-
can, oh, sorry, go ahead. Dutch.
Oh, I was just gonna say I love these single player missions to kind of get a feel for each weapon, kind of see how they behave, get some ideas for how you might use it in multiplayer.
And this isn't the only rail grinding mission, but it's one of the more challenging ones, so
this
don't worry.
It's a difficult one, but also know that by the time you get to this, you'll have a
Yeah.
solid grasp. Oh, okay.
I love those rings every time. It feels like a reward getting to jump through them. It looks so delicious. I get hungry.
Okay, we got it. All right. See, looking good. Looking good.
Looking good.
Don't jinx
Got it.
it. I think I jinxed it last time.
No, not at all.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
get these with the charge shot. I'm not gonna mess around here.
You got it.
That's it.
No!
Wait, no, it didn't count. Oh, I could
Oh.
have
Gonna mess around, and then I
Fortunate.
messed around.
I guess the arrow missed at the
All right,
bottom.
well I think that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
We'll just have to let people try this one on their own at home.
Thanks for trying that though, Dutch. That was awesome. That was great.
Thank you for taking it for us.
Okay. So that's for us is going to be it for this part. Just note that we actually will be coming back with some, kind of a strategy segment on what you can do in the game itself. So stick around. We'll be right back. And as always, though, thanks for watching.
The Splatoon 3 Enter the Splatlands Invitational 2022 tournament. This event will take place on September 5th at PAX West. Some of the top finishers from this summer's Splatoon 2 Inkopolis Showdown will head to Seattle and compete in North America's first ever Splatoon 3 Invitational. follow the official Nintendo versus Twitter account for updates.
Okie doke. Sorry, I had to use the restroom. So.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a very special edition of Nintendo Treehouse Live featuring Splatoon 3. Been wanting to do that. All right, and I'm here with Taryn
Hello.
and our very own Treehouse Squid Lab researcher, Dutch.
Hi.
Dutch.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we actually wanted to show off some of our multiplayer stuff. Now, before we start, I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping to just let everybody know that this is a special build that we're playing on. We're actually not going to get right into multiplayer, but we did want to show you some elements to focus on that because there's a lot of really great stuff. And again, just to let everybody know, this game's coming out on September 9th, so just a little thing to keep in mind. All right, now, so Splatoon 3, let's see what we got first. I think we're going to show off a Splash-O-Matic. So Dutch,
Yeah, let's
what
see.
is a Splash-O-Matic?
So the Splash-O-Matic is in the shooter class of weapons, which is kind of like the bread and butter of the Splatoon series. It's like your well-rounded, versatile weapon. You can see it's just got your classic rapid fire. It's got decent range. You're pretty much going to be able to do it all with this weapon. And we should also mention that weapons come in sets in Splatoon. So you can kind of see in the upper right-hand corner, I have a sub-weapon as well. In this case, that's the burst bombs. It looks like this. I'm gonna throw that against the wall there. So you can see it just kind of explodes on impact.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite sub.
It's really useful.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like the autos because they just find, I guess we'll see that soon. No spoilers, but they find your enemy so you don't have to.
And the most exciting thing about this set for me is the crab tank. We can see that's my special weapon in that upper right-hand corner. It's kind of shimmering there, so that means it's ready to go. So let's take a look. Here it is.
This looks so good.
It's so dangerous.
Love
And-
that one. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and clean up
So
here
just the
so I can get that again. Because the crab tank actually has two different attacks. So that was the first one that's kind of like a rapid fire machine gun that really has very good range as well. And then there's another attack. It's kind of like this big shell that has an area of effect here.
Great area effect. I really like using that one a lot. One thing to note too, to point out for those watching at home, is we're actually in the new multiplayer lobby. This is the test range side of things. So if you're wondering, like, whoa, what is this? This is a brand new
this.
feature to Splatoon 3. It's really, really cool. It allows you to, well, test your weapons in the range.
Yeah, it's actually fun, and it is a big change from Splatoon 2, where now the lobby is like a physical space where you can be practicing while you're waiting for a match, or I think we saw in the direct that you'll see kind of holographic ghosts of your friends in the lobby if they're online. So it's kind of a cool new hub for the multiplayer battles. Let's take a look around, kind of see this space here.
It looks so good.
Actually, we haven't showed off the Squid Surge and Roll, which is something we might want to do too.
Ah, yeah. And that is a fun new addition to Splatoon 3 as well. And to show that off, let's see. So the squid roll, typically, you know, if you're going in one direction, you get kind of you have to slow down and kind of stop your momentum to get going in the other direction. But with this new mechanic here, you can turn on a dime and go in the opposite direction. So imagine maybe somebody's throwing a bomb in front of you. You can change direction really quickly, and it actually gives you a few frames of protection while you're doing that move.
All right, let's see this in action.
All right, yeah. So here's another toy that we've got in the lobby over here, which is the copy machine. So I'm going to go ahead and wake it up here. It's kind of vaguely threatening. So the copy machine here does it copies what I'm doing. So if I shoot, it shoots. It throws bombs when I throw bombs. He tries to deflect blame on his teammates. If I try to deflect blame on my teammates, does everything that I do.
Dutch, when have you ever had to deflect blame?
Let's find
I've had some
out.
tough matches. All right, so I'm going to try to show off this new squid roll move that gives you that that couple frames of protection here. So if I'm rolling wrong, I see a bomb.
There you
Oh,
go.
well done. That is
Normally that
not
would be enough to
easy.
splat you right there.
Got it in one.
But you kind of hear that like little like shimmery kind of sound that lets you know that you kind of got it out of that. Let me try one more.
All right. So then what? Since we, ooh, look at you show off now.
I know.
So maybe we should move on to the next topic here.
Oh,
actually,
actually,
you
yeah,
didn't show off Squid Surge.
Yeah,
Oh,
Squid Surge. So that's another new mechanic for Splatoon 3, and that's going to help you get up walls. So if I get onto this wall and I charge it up, it's going to shoot me up and give me a little boost up there so I can kind of get the drop on people. So that's useful if you're, maybe you've got somebody camping out up here. You can come up here, do a little Squid Surge, and come down on them from above.
You're so accurate.
Yeah,
I
like
always
you
miss
need
that.
it.
I tried practicing that a couple of times. I really love the move.
It's and that's the worst when you're like set up the move perfectly, and then you get to the up to the top there, and you're like, oh, missed it.
That's just going to be
Fun
so much
things
more
to work
deadly.
Anyway, okay, well let's check out a different weapon, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
let's
let's
hop
check
in.
out the next one, which I believe is one of your favorites.
It is, yeah. I have spent a lot of time with the carbon roller here, and actually, while we're here, I just want to show off one more kind of quality of life improvement here. You can sort the weapons by class, and you've got that up here, which
It's
is nice.
so good. I love that they added that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up here so we get some new territory here. So this is the carbon roller. This is a weapon in the roller class, and the way this class works is you've got an ink roller here, and if you press the attack button, it does kind of a horizontal splash like that. It's pretty short range, but it's pretty powerful as well. And if you hold it down, then you can run around with it on the ground and
Mow people over.
That's great.
And this particular one, with most roller weapons, that's going to be a one-hit splat if you've got it rolling around on the ground. But this one trades a little bit of power for greater mobility, which I love because for me, my play style is really like getting up in people's faces, smashing them, and
Look at him go.
Smashing people's faces. Dutch's game
Speaking of
style.
mobility too, this one actually comes with a zip caster, which
That's
is really
true. Yeah. And one more point on the roller class. So you also have this. If you jump and attack, then you do kind of a vertical fling that gives you a little bit more range. But it's a narrower spread of ink, so you have to be a little more accurate with it. But yeah, so let's check out the zip caster here, which is a brand new special for Splatoon 3. And I'm really excited about this one as somebody who spends a lot of time with a roller, which is short range and kind of get pinned down by people with longer range weapons a lot. So let's imagine maybe up on that tower there's somebody with a long range weapon kind of pinning me down back here. What the zip caster is going to do is going to let me zip around, cling to walls, and it's going to let me come up right on this person right there.
Oh, so good.
And you do have to be careful when you use it though, because you might have seen there's a little marker, and when it ends, it sends you back to the place you started. So if you don't take care of business with it, and people see where you're going to land, they're going to come right there and be waiting for you.
Spot you.
Yeah, you'll land and be like, oh, that was not what I was expecting.
And the sub-weapon for this one as well, which you can see here, is another one coming back from Splatoon 2 is the auto bomb. And that one, you can kind of see the little ring shoots out when it lands, and that's going to detect the nearest enemy, walk over to it, and explode.
It's so awful. I mean, in the best possible way. You're the one throwing it. It's just brilliant.
All right, so let's show this off in our first stage we wanted to display. Wow,
Yeah, let's take a
that.
look.
So let's go ahead and cut away to that, and then we're going to go to our first stage that we want to show.
And we've got the Splatoon 3 Splatfest World Premiere coming up this weekend. So we wanted to take a look at some of the stages that will be in the rotation.
And if you've never heard of Splatfest before, it's a mode where you play Turf War and Tricolor Turf War. But first, you actually get to vote on 3 different choices, depending if, in this case, you want to be rock, paper, or scissors. I think I'm gonna go for scissors. No, wait, I'm paper.
No, I'm scissors. We've
we always
had this discussion
I got
already.
rock. That's all I know. I'm rock.
That's
This happens every time. I'm scissors.
No, but I'm gonna be scissors.
What? We're gonna be on the same team. I guess that
That's
could be
great.
fun too. That can be fun. I'd rather not get splatted by you. I splat with you. So I
That's
guess
actually a
all right.
really good point too. I'm glad you brought that up, Taryn, too. It's just for those who don't know at home, you definitely want to vote for the same thing if you won't be on the same team.
Yes.
Just a little pro
Good
tip.
point.
All right, so here
Hi.
we are in Scorch Gorge. So take it away, Dutch.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I'm really looking forward to this weekend because this is kind of eerie right here. It's like there's nobody here. This is deserted. I'm excited to see some people get in here and play around. So this is kind of keeping in the theme with Splatoon 3, which is chaos, right? So we've got this kind of gritty, rusted out, worn down, rugged terrain here, and a couple of jellyfish up there taking
Casual
photos, I guess.
jellies. Just
Yeah,
on
so
the
it's this-
rocks.
Kind of a canyon,
That feels like a desert.
kind of, yeah.
Either way, either way.
Either
And then
way.
I'll go ahead and open up the turf map here so you
Deserty
can see the
canyon.
layout of the stage. And so I'm thinking that for this particular stage, it's all going to be about this middle tower here, because that controls the access to each side. So that's the only way you're going to get into the other team's base. So let's come up here.
Yeah, I feel
Which
most
is
people are
Dutch's
gonna-
favorite thing. Sorry.
It's all about, I think, defending this middle and keeping it controlled.
Right. So if you want to get into the other base, you're going to have to come up here and go along this catwalk, which leaves you kind of exposed from below. If you go into squid form, you see you drop right through it.
Yes. So there we go. Yeah.
And then once you're over here, then you can get back this way and cause trouble.
But now that you have the zip caster, though.
Yeah. So for, I think the zip caster is going to be great for maybe taking control of that middle area. So you can see, imagine somebody's controlling that and dominating you from the center post there. So what are we going to do? Let's get the zip caster here and fly right over here. Come up this way. Boom. Bam.
It attaches to surfaces that you wouldn't normally be able to ink, correct? Did we already
Correct.
mention that?
That's a great
It's
point,
so
yeah.
powerful.
It's really, really great. It's all about kind of moving in a triangle momentum. Momentum. What was that word? called?
Triangle movement.
And that
With
combination of
momentum.
There
the
we
good
go.
range and being able to stick to every surface really lets you kind of zip around the stage and get behind enemy lines.
Imagine being unpleasantly surprised by thinking you're safe in one area,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
some Dutch comes winging in with his carbon roller and zip caster.
And of course, there are many other special weapons that you'll get using, depending on the weapons that you have. But
Yeah.
the
Well,
zip
let's
caster
hop
is
back
very
and
nice.
take a look at a couple other
Yeah.
sets here. So
Yeah,
let's
so
look at
cut back to
Scorch
it.
Gorge, which is going to be in the rotation this weekend. And let's hop back in.
Okay. So time to show off something a little different.
Yeah, so you've taken a look at a shooter class weapon, the Splash-O-Matic. That was the first one we saw. And we saw the carbon roller in the roller class. Let's take another look at
Splat charge.
the Splat Charger.
Demetrius's favorite, right? Just kidding.
I really like this weapon. I think it's great fun. I'm just not the best at it.
So this is your classic long-range kind of sniper-style weapon. You can see the range on this one compared to the other ones.
That charge up is so satisfying.
Yeah, and that sound that it makes. So this is what it sounds like normally if you're missing, but
If you're missing, I feel targeted by that comment.
It's cool though. I always appreciate seeing someone on my team using this weapon, and I'm always just in awe.
I know when you get a good charger on your team, it's like a relief because this is really for like the crafty, skilled, patient, backline style player.
People
who wants
who
to
can
like
hang out in the back and just take people down, help defend.
What's the sub and special for this
Yeah,
one?
so the sub for this one is the Splat Bomb, which kind of this pyramid-shaped one. You throw it out, and after it settles on the ground for like a second, it'll explode. And then, let's go back to the copy machine, and I can show off the special here. So this is another special that's brand new for Splatoon 3.
This is so good. This is probably
Copy
my
machine.
personal favorite.
Over the crab tank?
The crab
Really?
is great, but this is so good. I think it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard with
That's
the
true.
amount of ink you can use if you use it correctly.
All right, so this is the ink vac, and what it's going to do is basically suck up any ink that's being fired at me, and then I can shoot it back, and it'll create a big explosion. So this is sucking up all the ink that the copy machine is shooting. I'm going to launch it back that way.
Boom!
You can see the range on that too.
It's so good.
Like the range, I shot that from like back here. It goes all the way, basically all the way
That's
across
not
the
bad.
test range here.
That's not bad.
We should try that one more
I
time.
was thinking maybe we should show that without powering it up, just to kind of give people an idea of what it's like. Yeah, it looks good. There we go. And did we explain, just in case somebody knows, what Dutch is doing right now is he's actually inking the ground, so he's building up his special meter that you see on the top right-hand screen.
Exactly.
So just for those who are new or wondering, why is he doing that?
You're just randomly firing on the ground.
You
Name
can
of the
see
game is
as long as I'm
Exposed.
standing, as long as I'm standing in front, I'm sucking up all that ink, so I'm not, I'm not getting damaged by it. It's kind of absorbing it. But if you keep getting hit after it's full, that will take you out. So you have to be careful in timing it. So
Don't let the copy machine splat you.
I
I'm
was
not
wondering
sure.
if he was gonna do it.
I was looking a little bit dicey there for a second.
another thing that's back from Splatoon 2 is storing your charge, and then you can swim in the ink for a couple seconds before popping back out and releasing that entire charge shot.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. So yeah, you're charging it and then you swim, and then you release. Okay, yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we show off and go to the second stage we wanted to show, which is Eel Tail Alley. So why don't we
do it.
cut away from this,
Yield Tail Alley.
and we'll show that off.
Wait, so Dutch, what team were you then? Since
Oh,
we're
yeah.
both Team Scissors.
I'm Team Rock.
Oh, you are still
Yeah,
Team
don't
Rock.
overthink it.
All right, team paper it is.
I feel like you two were fighting over paper initially, and so now you've just completely changed sides, Demetrius.
I mean, I'm a fan of Big Man. So.
That's fair, yes. No, it's not really a choice of scissors, it's big man.
And that's probably why I can't help it.
I don't blame you.
Okay, so we're going into Eel Tail Alley, and this is a different type of stage. We just saw kind of that rugged desert that Dutch was pointing out, but this is more of like a cityscape feel to it.
Yeah, right off the bat, it's definitely a different feel. Let's take a look around here.
Actually, one thing we should point out too, we haven't mentioned yet, was you just spawning right there, and that was one of the new features as well.
Exactly, yeah. So you spawn actually from the air, and you can choose your landing spot as opposed to always spawning in the same spot. That really makes it a little more dynamic. Maybe you're getting pinned down in your base, but you can actually choose where to land so that you can kind of, approach your opponents from a different angle.
It's one of the 3 new techniques, with the other one being a squid surge and squid roll.
And squid spawn. I'm seeing a pattern with these names, perhaps. I
They're
don't want to
great
be too
names.
obvious
Sorry,
about
I'm not
it.
gaming.
But
I don't.
Let's
know
take a
what
look at the turf map
just
here.
sitting on my head,
We
like-
see this is Eel Tail Alley, and it really does look like an alley. It's kind of long and narrow,
and like an eel.
like an eel.
Oh.
Why am I getting hungry?
Sushi later?
Yeah, it sounds good.
So if I'm playing a charger on this map, I think it's going to be all about this catwalk up here. I think this is where I'm going to be living. And that's because I can get, the high ground, kind of control this area down here as the other team comes up the middle. Maybe if I want to get really aggressive, I might come all the way up to this front area and be looking down here, clear out the pigeons.
Oh, Dutch, why every time, Dutch?
Poor pigeon.
Pigeon never did anything to you.
Yeah, this spot right here gives me access. I got a clear shot
Good you.
at all these areas where the other team might come out.
I think there will be a lot of fighting below too as well, and I
Exactly.
feel like the ink vac will be really great because you'll be able to kind of push the line, push the advance of your team using that special.
Exactly, yeah. You drop down here, soak up all the ink, that everybody's shooting at you. It takes a while to charge when there's no ink.
I was gonna say, hopefully.
Just a little
The
while.
explosion's a bit smaller too.
This is why I'm so excited for this weekend, though, because, you know, like, we've been messing around with this game a little bit, but I'm really excited to get in there with other people and, you know, try out all my moves.
Just
that
play
look, that look
nicely with
really
them,
sweet when
Dutch.
there's nobody against me. But
If you see the name Dutch on the opposing team, be afraid, or amazed, or impressed. All of the above are the correct responses.
All right, so you got a chance to see the Splat Charger and Eel Tell Alley. Let's go ahead and move back to the lobby because we have one more thing to show. So we're going to cut to that. Give us
Only
one
the
sec.
best thing to show.
I can't wait. I think this is going to be, it's just such a cool feature. And what we're talking about is we're going to actually show you 1 second the lockers. And lockers are just something I think a lot of people are wanting, you know, this customization option of showing off, you know, your own unique style, which the Splatoon series has always had. So just being able to, you know, expand on that, I think is wonderful.
exactly. And this is, you know, it's all connected to this physical space in the lobby here. So
Dutch,
this is
quit
the lobby.
delaying. We want lockers now.
All right, so
Although
here's
we
my
know what's
locker,
going to happen to
I know.
which I have
Maybe he'll be
prepared.
good this time.
So with these these are your personal lockers, and what you can do is you can actually add your weapons and even some items that you get from Hotlantis. That's one of the new stores in this game. It's really cool. On top of that, oh, here Dutch goes.
Here it is again.
Just organizing.
We can't
man, I
ever
never
go
wanna
without
see your
it.
closet at home.
Just remember how perfect this was when we first showed
It was in perfect harmony, which is also
Also the name.
of the person. It is. Wow. Now you can put the cups upside down.
Yeah, it's
or-
like the dust gets in it and stuff, so I don't.
I mean,
Also, one thing to note is you can you have stickers. You can actually even change the color of your locker. There's a lot of stuff to add, which is going to be really, really, really cool. One other thing too to point out. Oh, look! What are you doing?
Dutch. And you can see other people's lockers. So if you see one that looks something like this in your travels,
Hate mail this way.
it might be Dutch's.
Oh man! All right, so there's one other thing too we want to quickly show is the splash tags, which is another really cool feature that is also new to the game. All right, put that mess away.
You've done enough.
So on the left-hand side of the screen, as you'll see, it says Splat Landing Use Player 1. This is actually the Splat tags where you could normally would have your name and you can have different banners, badges, and titles. You obviously wouldn't just be Player 1. We just use
I
that
mean,
here
you
for
could be
reference.
if you want.
Could be if you want to.
That's you.
Yeah.
You are You are number one, player one.
You know, you're not wrong. But there's a lot of cool stuff. And one thing to note, too, is with the lockers and even the splash tags, that there will be some season catalogs that come. So expect to have new items to be able to put into your locker, new splash tag stuff, and even some new weapons. So really cool stuff, or additional weapons, I should say. So really, really cool stuff coming as well. All right, so with that, we took a look at the lockers and the splash tag. I have one more thing I wanted to show, and I got it down here, so just give me a moment to pick it up because I don't want to drop it.
Hey.
And that is the special edition Splatoon 3 Nintendo Switch OLED. Super cool. It's actually out in stores August 26th, so about now you could go check it out. But we just want to show that off, and let me actually take this out right here and show you what the actual system looks like too outside of its dock. It's got this super, super cool design here. I'm gonna move a little back and forth so you can see that cool little design shimmering across.
Yeah.
And then one more thing I have here, I'll pick this one up. This is the Splatoon 3 Pro Controller as well. Now this one comes out September 9th, so it's out on launch day, but we just wanted to show you how cool that looks with the two different colors and the cool design on it.
It's so good.
Looks awesome.
I'm going to end up buying one, and I won't regret it at all.
Oh, these are super cool. Okay, so with that being said, that is it for Splatoon 3 today. One more time, just to remind everybody at home that Splatoon 3 Splatfest World Premiere is going to be out on the eShops now. But don't go anywhere. We got some Harvestella up next. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
I really don't care about hard stuff, so I'll probably end it here. Probably just gonna end it here, guys. because Splatoon's the only thing I was interested in. So, see you later. Have a nice night. Bye.